I want a restraining order against Christian Obumzelli.
The state says she's been the violent abuser whose behavior was building toward that of a murderer.
Where I actually literally want to kill you, but you don't take me seriously.
But you hit me. Shut the up.
And Clenny ended up in custody of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and jailed for domestic battery.
Has she ever threatened to kill you?
It is my phone! Don't touch me! Baby, I'm so sorry.
They'll walk you through the process.
There was this trouble well away from Miami.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101.
On the fateful day of April 3rd, 2022, the Miami Police Department found themselves entangled in a harrowing tale. A chilling phone call arrived, a female voice in distress, proclaiming an imminent tragedy. The dispatcher, trying to keep her calm, sought the address.
Operator Joe, what is the address of your emergency? City man, please.
3101. It's 130, so 130.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101.
You're gonna die. I can't feel my arm.
3101.
I can't feel my arm.
The dispatcher is talking to Courtney Clenny, 26, and the man begging for help in the background is Christian Toby Obumzelli, 27.
Ma'am.
So my boyfriend is dying of a stab.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What's that? What's the address, baby?
3131.
3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my boyfriend.
Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business?
512-745-2582.
Is this a house apartment or a business?
Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
If you have a stab wound to his shoulder, can you sit down?
What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am?
Yes, he's bleeding from his shoulder.
Rescue, this is PD Physician Julia. The caller, ma'am, hold on one moment. The caller advised the address is 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue, 31 Northeast 7th Avenue. The phone number is verified. The caller advised that her boyfriend has a stab wound.
Okay, is this a house, apartment, or a business?
Listen, please, God, please, God. Please, God,
Listen, ma'am. Listen, I'm sending help. I need you to tell me exactly what happened. I'm sending help. How old is he? Ma'am, how old is he?
No, she didn't say. She just kept screaming on the line saying that he was dying, that he needed help, and she kept apologizing. But we do have a call at that same address in reference to a fight that happened. The room number could possibly be 2201, because we already have a call that two people are fighting inside of that room.
The dispatcher is making the connection to another call that alerted dispatch of a disturbance at what seemed likely to be the same location. In a turn of luck, this quick thinking caused the authorities to be sent to the correct destination. Upon arrival, the police were confronted with a haunting scene. Toby lay in his girlfriend's arms, gravely injured with a stab wound to his chest. The apartment was a scene of chaos, with bloodstains everywhere, indicating a violent struggle. Toby was barely holding on to life, pleading for help. Courtney Clenny, known for her presence on OnlyFans, had been in a romantic relationship with Toby since 2020. However, beneath their seemingly idyllic love story, there were troubles that led to previous police interventions. In April of 2022, their relationship reached its lowest point, with Toby's life hanging by a thread. Courtney, covered in the remnants of the incident, appeared extremely distressed. The detectives began a 4-hour interrogation to uncover the truth.
check.
Okay.
And they're bringing the order right now, okay?
Thank you.
We're going to close this, okay?
Is somebody coming for me?
Yeah, he's coming right now.
After a detective comes in to give her tissues, we see Courtney begin to get emotional, as if reminded that she should be crying right now. But once she realizes that a detective is not actually coming right back, she composes herself. Just as quickly as her emotional state began, it is over. It is a known police interrogation strategy that the suspect is left alone for a prolonged period of time in an attempt to break them down psychologically, although we can't know for sure if they even considered her a suspect at this point. The detectives seem to be taking a softer approach. We don't know whether this was a strategy that they employed or if they felt genuinely sorry for the woman they assumed to be acting in self-defense. The detectives enter, then gingerly begin to gently probe Courtney with low-stakes questions, such as her name, details of her family, and what she does for a living.
Hello.
My apologies for being absolutely fucking covered in blood.
Listen, you don't have to apologize, okay? I completely understand. Alright? Things happen, and you can't control it. Okay? So, you don't have to apologize for it. Alright?
What's your name?
Detective Brasino, okay? And this is my partner, Sergeant Rodriguez. Okay? Today's Sunday, April 3, and the time is 7:36 p.m. Alright? What's your first name?
Courtney.
Courtney. Can you spell that for me, please?
C-O-U-R-T-N-E-Y.
Okay. And your last name?
Courtney. C-L-E-N-N-E-Y.
Okay.
The way Courtney is holding herself is very closed off as she is wrapping her arms around her body. This can be an indicator of unfriendliness, hostility, or, most likely, anxiety. At this point, the detectives are asking her a series of undemanding questions. Courtney answers these casually, while continuing to display closed-off body language. The mood is uneasy, but low pressure.
I do social media, so I'm an influencer, I guess is what.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I'm an influencer.
So I'm going to move over to this one.
This next part is very bizarre. The detectives read her Miranda rights 35 minutes into the interrogation. Police aren't required to read you your rights when they arrest you, but they must do so before questioning you.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer or for advice before we ask any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would I be able to talk to my father? Because he's pretty much acts as my attorney.
We recommend that you utilize your right to remain silent from the beginning and call an actual lawyer, not your father. It is never recommended to speak as freely as Courtney has, specifically without legal counsel.
With, like, I mean, not like for stuff like this. Obviously, I've never been in this kind of a situation.
Is he an attorney?
No. He's just.
Well, we'll give you a chance.
We know what to do.
We'll give you a chance to talk to your father later. Okay.
I mean, before I'd like to speak to. I just feel like I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be fine. I think Christian will be fine, and I will be fine. So maybe there's no need, but I just would like to talk to somebody.
No worries. I'm gonna be able to give you some time to talk to your dad or with anybody that you need to talk to. Okay.
And I want to go home and see my dogs, and I want to go to the hospital. Will I be able to do that tonight?
We took care of the dogs. We found someone. I believe your mom mentioned that's taken care of them before when you traveled. So
11 pots. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got able to get a hold of them, and they're actually going to be taken over there, just so you know. So they're taken care of, they're in good hands. They're probably actually already there now. Okay, so we took care of those. Because I know they were seen, they were going back and forth, and we seemed a little, you know. I know how dogs are. We're all dog lovers here, all three of us, you know, we also have dogs. So that's like family, and we took care of them. Just so you know,
yeah, the female officer that was over there was talking to my mom and trying to get the
one that was
food. So thank God.
So they're in good hands.
Thank you. I want to talk to my mom for an hour on the phone, and I want to go sit at the hospital. Am I going to be able to do that?
So far right now, I can't give you an answer. Okay, we just have to go through everything, because remember, this just happened, so I can't really give you a straight answer. If I do, I would be lying to you, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to lie to you.
Okay.
Okay. Just as well as I don't want you to lie to me. I don't want to lie to you. We want to be able to understand everything that went down today. Okay, as truthful as we can be. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us?
Yeah. If I don't, what happens?
I mean,
yeah.
It's your choice. It's your right. But at the end of the day, we just want to figure out what happened.
Now that we have a baseline of how Courtney behaves when the stakes are low, note how her body language changes now that they finally begin to speak about the events that transpired that night.
Okay. We just want to hear your side of the story and what occurred, so we can piece this together and come to an understanding. Yeah?
Yeah, fortunately we weren't there, you know. You were, so there's no better person to tell us than you.
And it took so long for I don't know what I honestly, it was such a blur. I was on the phone with my mom. I don't know.
For me, right over here.
Yeah, you can reread it. Take your time, reread it again. Same thing you read.
This is why I would like to call my dad and say, can I just do this? Or should I have to get a lawyer? Because I realize, like, how very serious this is. Like, I was sitting there in a freaking puddle of my boyfriend's blood, begging him to, like, please not, like, fucking give up on me. Like, man, like, this shit is fucking serious. So, I don't think I'm necessarily in trouble, but, like, I just would like to... can I just talk to... I have... This happened, and I was... The whole situation happened, and I haven't talked to anybody who means anything.
No, I understand. Right now...
Okay, well, you know what?
Okay.
What?
No.
I've never been in this kind of situation.
You can talk to him later. Because...
But before I talk to you guys... Why can't I talk to him beforehand?
Well, because I would like to understand what's going on.
I know, but like if I say, hey, is it cool if I sign a constitutional rights waiver when my boyfriend has
like...
not
a lawyer.
Yeah, if you're an adult, if you were a minor...
Well, he would be the one who would...
He
handles my lawyer, too.
If you were under 18, then yeah, I would provide you a phone call to your father. But you're over 18, so...
I don't feel like it. I don't want to talk to my parents.
Yeah, I get you. I feel the same way with my parents, you know. I still go to them, too, for questions that they've dealt with in the past.
Okay.
You know?
My dad handles my... I'm so freaking out right now a little bit. Like, I want to go to the hospital, and I want to just call my fucking mom. And I know that I do not get that right. I know it. But here's the thing, is that this is constitutional rights waiver. My dad handles my lawyer. I'm not going to take a court-appointed lawyer. My dad handles my lawyer. I would not be calling my lawyer. So my dad is the first person who I call, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been in a situation like this where somebody's in a hospital.
Yeah.
I've never been in this kind of situation. That's why, like, I don't want to do anything wrong. You know?
mean, it's your decision at the end of the day. But
what happens if not?
If not, then that's it. We don't talk about what happened to them. We just have to take the stories that we've been told from the people next door and previous situations, and try and narrow it down to what happened today.
You get a much better picture, a much better idea coming from you who was there today than us trying to piece it together
from other people
that weren't in there, you know. There's no better story to get than yours who was there. So which is why we prefer it from you, but you know, like you said, it's your decision if you want to or not. But for us to obviously proceed and make a better decision for all of us, it's getting your story, you know. You were there, you know,
My boyfriend is not dead, is he?
Well, he can't talk to us right now either way. He's in the hospital.
Jack is his homicide.
Yeah, so I don't know.
That's like the Dexter vibe. All of those things are like.
I believe they explained to you on scene. It's Sunday, so Sunday the domestic violence scenes don't work. So we handle their calls anytime we get any type of domestic violence calls. We handle it for them, and so that's why we were raised from the beginning.
Can I go and come back?
No,
unfortunately, no, I can't. It's steps, you know. Once we handle this, and we'll go to the next step. And
is there a chance I'm gonna go home tonight?
I don't have a definite answer for you right now.
Okay, well I'll just.
Okay. So the time is.
I need to.
8 p.m.
There's blood up in my.
Let's start from the start. You guys were supposed to take out your dogs to the park, right? And then what happened after that?
Like I said, a little bit blur.
Yeah.
I was doing laundry and watching a listening to a Christina Randall video, and tried to call my mom. She didn't answer the first time, and then he came back with a Subway sandwich. Before he left, he recited exactly what I wanted. And I said, I'll text what I want to you. And he said, I know what you want. And I said, no, you don't. He recited it to me before he left. And he got it perfectly right.
Okay.
And then he left. I guess he went to go bike over there. That's just what he said. I don't know if he walked or biked, but he told me he's going to bike first.
Like a bicycle?
Yeah.
Okay.
He came back. And I said something about like, oh, are you going to like reshare your location with me? Like, did you want to share it? And he said, yeah, I shared it. And I was like, oh, when did you do that? And he goes, the other day, like when you were done with me. And I was like, okay, well, fair enough. Like, reshare it. And then he told, it kind of like turned into like a little like argument or something. And then he told me to reshare mine, and I was like, okay, yeah, I will. And then I didn't do it immediately. He asked me about it again. And I don't know what I was thinking, but it just said something about, well, what if I'm somewhere you don't want me to be?
We do not fail to see the hypocrisy of her getting upset about him stopping location sharing when they temporarily split up, when she apparently did the same and then refused to turn hers back on, even making a comment that she states she does not mean.
Okay.
Which I wouldn't have been. I love him. But I feel like, maybe you don't want to know where I am. I guess maybe it'll just like hurt him because he was pressing me. And he ended up pinning me against the wall. And then, I said like choking me on the floor. It's just like, they were looking at my neck and I was like, I'm not saying like choking me like, whatever. But he had my like neck, and this happened twice before, where I couldn't breathe and I was on the floor. Yeah. I could not breathe. And I don't think that he was trying to kill me, but I was scared. and all 3 times I have been scared. So yeah, I'm on the floor, and you have me pinned, and lets me up. I'm on the, get my mom on the phone, and I'm just trying to really remember. I got my mom on the phone, and I remember she was standing like against the couch. Like we were obviously it was a big deal at this point. So this happened like over by the door, and somehow moved like over in the living room. He was standing by the couch, facing toward the kitchen, and I was in the kitchen. And then he just like, I could see like all the whites in his eyes, and he was like coming at me. And so I grabbed one of these knives my mom got me for Christmas. I grabbed one of them, and I was like, I swear to God. I swear to God. It was just like, I mean, I grab and be like, don't come anywhere closer to me. Because, earlier, that was happening 2 other times, I couldn't fucking breathe. I'm sorry. I couldn't breathe. And it's very scary. And I just think, like, just like this kind of thing where I was saying, like, do you know if he's okay? If he's choking me and he's angry enough, he might, like, this is different, I think. But if he's, like, choking me or, like, pinning me or something and I can't breathe, he might go too long. So I grab a knife and I said, don't come anywhere closer to me. I had absolutely no intention of using it. I'm on the phone with my mom, and he's coming at me like he's going to grab either the phone or, like, the knife or something. And so I was just like, I was like, don't come any closer. Coming at me, and I threw it. And I meant for it to go.
How far away was he?
Well, I was by my fridge, and he was like by the edge of one of the chairs of the sofa.
Okay.
Like
comparing to what
10 feet. I'm trying to think in my head. I'm trying to make the.
Was he closer than I am?
No, but he was further.
But like the length of his room?
No, further than that.
Okay.
Oh, well, if I said, yeah, you're right, it was more than 10 feet then. It was definitely further than this.
Okay. I mean, it's closer. It looks a lot smaller than it is here.
It was further than this.
Okay. So then, you were by the fridge and he was by the couch? You were by the fridge and he was by the couch?
Yes, I was in front of the fridge. He was by the couch.
Yes. And then
behind my island.
And then what kind of movements did he make at the moment? He was going to walk
running
up?
At me.
Running? Okay.
Well, charging, aggressively walking, something.
What was he doing? Like, was he doing something with his hands, or?
I mean, he had his hands up. I couldn't tell you exactly.
Was he yelling at you at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, what was he saying?
Courtney repeatedly states that she doesn't remember the details of the encounter, but then continues to paint a fairly clear image for the detectives.
Well, I'm supposed to tell. I put my hand up, so I really need to, like, think. Yeah, I remember one of the things, but I don't think it's relevant.
No, go ahead, tell me. It might be relevant. It might help me understand this a little more.
He said, why don't you go find one of the fucking guys in G-Wagons? Because I had said something about that when I broke up with him, like a week ago. Out of anger. I didn't say it because I want that, because I love him. But that was just one of the things that you said.
Was that at the moment that he was charging you, or earlier in one of the arguments?
It was before he choked me. Yes, it was before he choked me. Okay. Or whatever.
So he gets.
So no, not right then. I couldn't tell you exactly what he said right then.
Okay. So.
But I swear to God, I was scared. I mean, after like what had just happened, I was scared, and I was on the phone with my mom, and it was still happening. Yeah. I was scared.
So you told me that he had you against the wall at one point, right? With his hands over your neck.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you end up from the wall to the ground?
Let me go.
Uh-huh.
Let me go, and then I started swinging on him because I had been against the wall.
Okay.
I started trying to hit him.
Yeah.
And then he put me on the ground.
He dropped you to the ground. What did he do? Did he lift you up, or did he grab your hair? Did he just kind of rotate you onto the ground?
I really couldn't even tell you.
He pushed you.
If I could have been given all these questions, before, I could be like, maybe let me think about it. Or when I'm trying to remember a whole situation of where I was very upset about something,
yeah.
Which I've learned this in therapy and whatever. It's write down all the details so you don't forget. Just write it all out clearly, mm-hmm. So that it makes sense to you and makes sense to somebody else. But I haven't had a chance to have a pen and paper or my phone to write down exactly what happened, and I haven't really even fully thought about it.
Yeah.
So honestly, my answer is I don't remember.
That's fine. So he has you on the ground. You end up on the ground, and he has his hands over your neck. Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then is he saying something to you at the time when he's on the ground on top of you, or?
He was saying something gritting his teeth. I don't remember what it was.
Like what?
He was saying something gritting his teeth, with the white of his eyes,
okay.
but I don't remember what it was.
Okay. And then he at one point he stops, right? Sorry. And what, you get up? You go to the bedroom, or what do you do?
I get my phone from the kitchen. I got my phone from the kitchen. I called my mom. I was talking to her, and then he was following me around the apartment and acting we shouldn't be together.
At this point, Courtney says what may be the most truthful part of her statements. This could be an attempt to distance herself from what she has done.
You guys have a history of domestic violence?
Yeah.
You say you've been together how long, sir?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Year and a half to 2 years.
So how many incidents you think you've had?
I don't know, but we shouldn't be together.
We say one or two, or just too many to.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I haven't touched my ankle. It's what?
We're gonna
I just want to take a shower, God. Okay. No. We can.
I'll give you a text.
I'm not trying to interrupt the.
No. You keep on.
This is absolutely the most insane shit that I think I've ever been involved in.
I think anybody that goes through this
without
would be
a doubt.
just insane.
What'd you say?
I think that if anybody goes through this type of situation, it would be pretty insane for them. So.
Okay. You said
have you made a report before?
No.
You've never made a report?
Oh, I did in Dallas, actually.
During Courtney's account, it was revealed that a previous incident had occurred in Dallas, where she sought help from the authorities. Then, shattered glass and raised voices in Las Vegas further demonstrated the fragility of their relationship. Courtney made herself out to be the victim of the mistreatment in these encounters.
And Clenny ended up in custody of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and jailed for domestic battery.
Has she ever threatened to kill you?
In Las Vegas, Courtney Clenny is being arrested by police, accused of attacking her then-boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. He's in tears upon learning Vegas cops will arrest Clenny for throwing a glass at him earlier in the night inside this messy hotel room, where cops later combed for clues. The couple had argued while on vacation before it got physical.
About a year ago, and he was detained.
And what happened there?
He had pushed me in the lobby, but it wasn't like a big deal, and they made it a huge deal. And he ended up getting taken to the hospital or jail or something.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it was necessary, but yeah, he had been. And then also I had been arrested for as well in Vegas in August.
Oh, okay.
So he and I each had one.
Okay. What happened in Vegas?
We just got in an argument in the hotel room, and what I guess made them arrest me was that I said I had thrown a glass at him.
Oh, okay.
Like a glass of, like a drink.
Okay. Like you splashed.
Which I think until that point it was like fine, I guess. Like I didn't, whatever, but they asked like, did you throw something at him? Because I guess they went upstairs and they said, you throw a drink at him? And I said, yes, I did. Because, what's the point of lying? I guess it's whatever. So, yeah. They went up and they said, I guess they asked me about it, and I said yes. And they said, okay, that's DV or battery or something, not assault or something like that. And so I got arrested and I was held for 12 hours. That wasn't fun. But yeah, those are the two incidences for. I don't know what the incident for him was like.
About how many incidents have you guys had here in Miami since January?
What do you mean?
Like how many times has the police been called to your apartment, or you called the police since January?
Okay. Police have been called once because I called them because my boyfriend was threatening suicide.
Okay.
I'm sure there are records of that or whatever. I don't know how.
Why was he threatening suicide?
I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but he was he had taken a knife. He grabbed it in front of my face, and then I got scared, and he was kind of waving it at me, but it wasn't for me. And then he took it into the extra room and slammed the door. And he has a history of self-harm, so I was kind of just like, okay, well, let me go in there and chase him, regardless of whether or not what's going on. And I tried to open the door, and he wouldn't open the door. So I got really scared that he was doing something in there that I couldn't control, so I called the cops. And he wasn't very happy with me about that, but I was really scared.
Did he say anything that he was going to do to himself, or?
And he's threatened it many, many times, but I don't remember if he did it right then.
Does he suffer from anything?
No, that's what he's told me.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the other time they called police?
Okay, and then this, I mean, the police were called because of us, actually because of us, twice. I mean, if I'm being correct. It was that time when I called, and then this time when it was obviously absolutely necessary.
Okay.
I was the one who called 911. Because I was literally asking him, what is our address, because I could not think straight. Baby, what is our address?
Today?
Okay, it was today. Okay, so there was that one. But the cops have been up there one other time yesterday for absolutely no reason. Absolutely none. They harassed, not the police, but security guards from the office, like young security guards. Came up for no reason. Bothered him, bothered me. I was about to go to the pool. They said, do you want us to keep him out of here? And I said, I mean, yeah, but y'all have been letting him up all week when he hasn't had a key. Yeah. But, I mean, no. Do you want us to call the cops? No. It's fine. Like, I didn't want him to get arrested. Like, there's no reason for that. And so, whatever. So I said no. And then he, I guess he just wanted to call the police or something, because right after that he goes, well, we saw you shove him, which he was referring to downstairs in the elevator. My boyfriend had followed me into the elevator.
Courtney claims to be afraid of Toby being arrested, but as evidence accumulates, a different perspective emerges. New footage offers glimpses of the maelstrom lurking beneath the surface. Courtney's actions, caught in moments of fury, contradicted her claims of self-defense. The footage shows her pushing, slapping, hitting, and pulling Toby's hair.
What can I do?
Okay, explain to me why you don't feel safe. Explain to me why you don't feel safe.
What am I?
Why is it that you don't feel safe with him? Has he threatened you? Was there any type of physical violence to you?
Yes. That's not really like my...
And I didn't want him to come in. So I go, stop following me. And I did this. And we were like, I mean, Christian will attest to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But that just didn't happen. So it's like he moved from Christian to me. It seemed like he just wanted to cause trouble.
Yeah.
So the police were involved yesterday when there shouldn't have been. And then I think there was like 1 or 2 times where I don't think the police were called, but maybe security, well, if you're talking about police, that's definitely the only times I can remember.
Okay.
Security have been called for noise complaint, for sure.
Because of arguments, or... And what do you guys usually argue about? Or is it always a different issue?
I don't even know.
You're right.
I mean, I know, kind of, ish. But I don't even know.
Okay. Do you mind telling us about those arguments, or no?
I don't think there's a point. I cannot remember everything, so I'm not. I don't want to remember part of it.
Okay.
Would you say it's jealousy related?
For sure, for some of it, yeah.
So, you think you can tell us the story one more time, just so I can make sure that I didn't miss anything?
Didn't you write everything down?
No, he's writing it down for me. But I just want to make sure that you can explain to us one more time the story.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can see how I am. Okay. Well, he went to go get me Subway. We wake up. We've broken up. I broke up with him about a week ago. My mom came into town. She was in town because of it. And I told her, like, what am I saying? Anyway, she came into town because of this. She was there for about 6 days. My boyfriend was freaking squatting in my elevator, like, little room. But I didn't want to kick him out because he said he wanted to be close to me. I'm like, okay. I eventually feel like, okay, I got this under control. You can go home. Day she goes home. That crap with the security guard who I guess just had an agenda. That happened yesterday. Or was it the day before yesterday? Honestly, I really don't. I can't think of it. It's the day before yesterday or yesterday. So...
Which security guard is this? Do you know his name?
I don't remember his name. I could point him out in the lineup in 1 second. So after that fact, I was like, wow, you just tried to cause a problem for no reason. I thought it was just fun. I was like, why are you doing this? Like, just because, like I said, that we're over, blah, blah, blah. And he was trying to talk to me, and I just didn't want to talk to him. I really let him have it over the phone. And I let him come back and spend the night, and then he explained the whole thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's definitely 2 nights ago. Yeah. He explained the whole thing, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's agree. We will never, like, touch each other again out of anger, and he will never gaslight me again. Those were the 2, like, main things. And this was a very, like, late night. So the last couple days have been, he was just great. He was happy to be back in the apartment. I was happy to have him back in the apartment because I missed him. And been waking up telling me, good morning, I love you, touching me. Like, it's just, I felt very, very loved when I woke up this morning. That's why I'm so, like, heartbroken. It's just like, why? Why? Like, I should have just left the apartment. Come to think of it. Okay, so anyway, he went to go get me Subway, or he went to go get himself Subway, got me Subway, he rode his bike, or I guess, whatever, walked something, came back, and then, I was trying to look for his location, like, while he was gone, not because I was wondering where he was, like, sketchy.
Yeah.
But just like trying to see how far he was, because I was.
He was on his way back. Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So I couldn't see it, and he said that he would change it the night before. I think, I don't know. And he asked me if I would change mine back, and I said something along the lines of what.
What?
Oh, it said something. I'm staring at your yellow paper because it's in front of me. I cannot read.
Courtney appears to be turning slightly neurotic about an hour in. She is obviously very nervous, rubbing her neck, which is a classic sign of distress, defending the sensitive suprasternal notch. If you touch this part of your neck, it is a strong indicator of self-soothing behaviors, done when the individual is anxious or under stress.
Read one thing, so I don't know if you think like him.
No, you're good.
Okay, so the Subway thing, he comes back. I asked him about his location. He said he'll change it. Asked me about mine. I said something mean or unnecessary about, even though I wasn't anywhere, saying something like, oh, well, you wouldn't want to know.
Yeah.
Something like that. And he ended up getting upset, and that's kind of like where I went from there. Got me against the wall. Don't remember exactly where it went from there. Then I was on the floor. Let me go. I called my mom.
So he had you against the wall. He was holding you by the neck, right?
Yes.
And then he let you go. You start swinging at him, and then he ends up putting you on the ground.
Mhm.
Correct. And then.
Oh yeah, when I was up against the wall. I mean, when he had me like this, I was just trying to get it off.
Yeah, you're trying to get it.
But it wasn't. I didn't feel.
You felt the pressure.
It wasn't a long time.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long time, and it wasn't extremely hard. It was kind of just like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay. And then he put you on the ground after that.
Mhm.
And then he said something that you don't remember what he said.
Gritting his teeth.
Okay. And then he let you go.
Yes.
Okay. Then you got up, and then what happened?
I went into the kitchen. I picked up my phone from my charger.
Okay.
To call my mom. Actually, at that point, I walked into the living room. I sat on the couch. I didn't say this before. I walked in the living room. I called my mom. You could see I was calling my mom.
Okay.
That made him angry. I went in his living room, took us on the couch. He came in there and tried to get the phone out of my hand. So I went back into the kitchen. And at that point, I was sitting there, and I grabbed the knife, which...
Did he ever get the phone out of your hands, or
no?
No.
No. He just came over to me and was trying to get it, and then I went into the kitchen and picked up the knife. I don't not think that this was... I don't know. I really don't know if this is justified at all. I actually don't know.
Well, that's what
I really don't know, because I know I was scared, but I really don't know.
So you grabbed the knife?
Because I grabbed a knife. I grabbed a knife, and I said, like, pretty much just, like, don't get any closer to me. And then, came at me, said something, came at me. And then I just, like, threw it. And I really...
How exactly did you throw it? Did you just throw like that?
How many times?
No, how exactly did you throw it? Like, you threw it like this, or kind of like flung it at him, overhead, or how did that?
Oh, I just flung it.
You just flung it over your head, or from
like this?
Unfortunately for Courtney, this is one moment where her story really falls apart. In the wake of irrefutable evidence, a crucial moment arrived. A medical examiner stepped forward, providing uncertainty about her claims. Carefully, but with clear confidence, the examiner testified details about Toby's body.
You know, based on the information that you had in your observations, you know, the position of the wound, the angle of the wound, the depth of the wound, does that support that the victim and the defendant were face to face when this happened?
As a hypothetical?
As a hypothetical.
Yes.
And as another hypothetical, based on the same position, observations, the angle, the depth, does it support that the victim was stabbed?
Yes.
Based on the same observations, does it support that at least 8 to 12 pounds of force would have been used in order to create that damage?
In general, yes.
And that damage being breaking through the skin, plunging the knife 3 inches into the victim's chest, and cutting through muscle, eventually the subclavian artery?
Yes.
Now, based on the information you received that the defendant was alleged to have thrown this knife, you know, do your observations support that?
I'm not an expert in knife throwing. If the person who supposedly did this is an expert knife thrower, and the knife is the type of knife that you can throw, I guess that could have happened.
Did you receive any information that the defendant was a knife thrower?
No.
So based on that fact that you did not receive that information, would it support that?
No.
Okay. So from like beside your head?
Holding it, yeah. So not like, okay, like I'm holding it like this. This is not the knife, the
blade to it?
Right, the blade. I'm not, I just, for dang sure did not stab him. That would be insane. I mean, I didn't even think that this would touch him. But, I mean, I thought that I would scare him by just grabbing it. I thought I would scare him by just grabbing it, but that didn't work. So, anyway, comes at me, and then I just flung it. Okay. And I was kind of just trying to fling it past
when
him.
when you threw it, when you flung it, how close was he at that time?
I mean, I said 10 feet, but if this is 10 feet, it was definitely more than 10 feet.
Okay.
I mean, if somebody goes into my apartment, they can see how far it was.
Yeah.
But I did not want it to actually, I mean, injure him.
Mm-hmm.
That
and what
might
did
be
he
okay,
do?
but
What
this
did,
kind of thing.
what did he do after you flung the knife out? Did he walk around, or did he fall right then and there, or what happened?
He fell down.
He fell down?
Yeah.
He didn't walk around or anything like that, or still try and chase you, or what?
No, because it hit him.
Because it hit him?
You know where the knife is?
I think it's like right here.
Okay. And what did you do after he fell?
I ran over to him and grabbed him, and like it was just like a blur, but I ran over to him and I grabbed him, and I just said, "Oh my God, what do I do? What do I do?" Like I'm like the worst person to be around. What do I do? And he said,
She begins to consciously cover herself up again, appearing to scratch at her skin. This leads us to believe her anxiety is growing, and she is not certain the detectives are buying her story.
Call somebody, and I was on the phone with my mom.
He said that?
He said just call somebody, and I was like, okay, I'm on the phone with my mom. I said, Mom, what do I do? She said, call 911. I think I called 911. I actually don't remember. Mm-hmm. That's obviously the easiest thing y'all could look up. Is if I call. I really don't remember. Why did I end up taking it closer to the door? I don't remember. I think that he walked closer to the door because we ended up closer over there. I think, yeah, he fell down close to the couch.
Yeah.
There's probably blood all over that white couch. I bet you anything is everywhere. We somehow ended up over like by the extra bathroom in our like little like laundry closet.
Yeah.
And there was like he was just bleeding a lot. And I was holding him, and he said, put pressure on it. Because I'm just thinking, I was like,
he
he kept trying to lay down. He kept trying to lay down. And it looked like he was losing. I'm like, oh my God, God forbid I fucking lose Christian. Like, I'm so okay with, like, us breaking up at some point or now, or obviously, whatever. I don't give a shit. But God forbid anything happens to him. God forbid.
In light of the newfound footage, we see that, in private, she appears to feel the exact opposite to what she just said.
I'm actually not having a good day, where I actually literally want to kill you, but you don't take me seriously.
So, yeah. I just, like, he just kept trying to lay down, and I was like, please, fucking Christian, please don't do this, please don't fucking do this to me, and he kept sounding like he couldn't talk, or something, like, he was just, like, closing his eyes, like, wake up, open your eyes, and I was talking to him about his mom and his grandma, and it felt like everybody was, every second was like a freaking minute.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, he was the one who told me to put pressure. I'm just like a freaking idiot. So I'm like trying to keep him upright because he keeps trying to lay down. I'm thinking blood flow, right? You're like, you don't want to lay down if you're losing blood. That's what I would think. And he's saying just put pressure on it. So I don't remember what I got, but I got something and I just like put it on it. And I was like holding him and he kept trying to lay down. He's a freaking big man, so I was trying to hold him up and push it into him.
Was the knife stuck on him, or somebody pulled it out?
No, and I thought about this while you guys were outside. I was thinking, why did it start bleeding so much? Because if it just like hit him, I'm thinking maybe it just, I don't know, like if it was really deep or not. I don't know if it just hit him and it came out, or if he grabbed it. Because I almost got a little irritated with him while y'all were out there. Because I was like, I swear, this is freaking rule number 1. If you watch Game of Thrones or anything else, you're gonna, anything.
Yeah.
You have something in you. Typically, you don't pull it out, right? I mean, y'all would know better than I do. Okay. So I kind of got a little irritated because I was just assuming he pulled it out. But I don't know. Maybe it just fell out.
Okay. Do you have any other questions? Yeah. Do you know your weight and height?
5'8", 150.
How about Christians?
6'1", 210.
210, so you're a little heavier, significantly heavier.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as your DV history, how many times has he ever put his hand on you before? How many times would take a guess in the 2 years you've been together?
Maybe like 5 times.
5 times. Besides putting his hands around your neck, I believe he said this is the 3rd time he's done it. As far as the hands around your neck.
No. I mean, it's hit me in the head before. I don't remember when that was.
Close fist or how?
I'll just leave that out because I remember there was a time when he hit me really hard in the head and I was going to discombobulate, but I can't even remember when it was. It might have just been like when we were drunk, but I know it happened, so I'll just leave that out because I can't give you exact facts.
Okay.
And I don't want to lie about anything. The last time was in Tulum. He grabbed me by my hair or something. We were both drinking. But there was a bench in front of our bed. And he threw me against the bench, and I hit the bench. My head hit the bench. And I fell on the floor. There was another time my mom was on the phone, and he threw me into the wall in the bathroom. But, I mean, I am certainly a crazy person too. I mean, not crazy.
Aggressive.
I'm very aggressive and just really particularly just feels like in the relationship, I guess.
And choking, how many times have you tried choking?
3.
Whose name is on the lease?
Mine.
Yours? Just yours?
Yes.
Do you guys have an ID? Because I was kind kind of a mess inside, you know, so we couldn't just find any IDs. Do you guys have any IDs?
Are you talking about the
apartment?
Yeah, inside the apartment.
Yeah.
Like, where would we find his ID and yours?
Well, I saw one of the police officers with a passport, so I don't know if it was mine or his. They were looking for both of our IDs. And I told them that mine would be in a tan purse or a brown purse that was on the ground. And one of them came out of the house with a passport, so I think that it was mine. But yeah, I have a couple of forms of ID inside the apartment.
What about him? Where's his IDs? Or where does he keep them?
He should have them in a bag.
Does he carry a wallet or like a fanny pack or anything?
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he keeps his. Well, it could be in his bag might be in there that he had on today, because he usually doesn't leave the apartment without his ID.
Like
he had that on.
Like a side bag?
Yeah, it's like one of the off-white things. It's like a black bag with a yellow strap, and that's what he was wearing when he went to Subway, so I'm assuming it was in there.
Okay.
Will I be able to use the restroom?
Yeah, well, in a minute we're gonna get somebody to come over and escort you to the restroom. Okay.
Am I going home?
We gotta see everything with the scene and everything, and then we'll give you a better answer. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to see watching to photograph it and everything. You know?
When will I be able to talk to one of my parents?
Where is your phone?
Where's your phone? I'm there. Where's my phone?
Yeah.
It was inside the apartment.
Inside the apartment, like on the counter? Did you leave it on the counter or kitchen counter?
It was on, I think the, entryway table.
What does your phone look like? What type of phone is it?
It's an iPhone. I think the case had come off.
You know the color?
Space gray or rose gold. I honestly don't remember what color it is.
What about his?
Which iPhone do you have?
The newest.
The newest one?
Yeah.
The 13.
I think he has a 12.
And who do you have your phone company?
I don't remember what color his phone is, but he has a red case.
Who do you have your phone company? AT&T, T-Mobile?
Verizon. But I know my family's numbers by heart, so I could call them without.
What's your phone number?
512-745-3582.
Okay, what's your social?
When will I be able to change out of these bloody clothes? I was holding him while he was bleeding.
Yeah.
I mean, my toes.
Yeah. We're gonna see if we can find something for you, and then we're gonna see if we can find something for you, and then bring it over. Okay.
Find something for me?
Yeah. From your house.
Like change over.
I just want to change in my own clothes. I want to take a shower and change in my own clothes.
Just give us a minute so we can get everything in order, and then we'll come back with you some news. Okay.
The sheriff arrives, and she asks for a change of clothes, which they provide after taking forensic evidence.
Okay. Is there an update on Christian?
The other detective's working on it right now.
Is he okay?
We're gonna check. We're trying to reach the office.
So, yeah, what a fucking nightmare. So you're living in a nightmare right now.
Yes.
You know?
What this is.
So just
Why are they switching to you?
because they don't have a picture of your boyfriend. So they want to make sure that they have a photo, I think, from your social media. So they're gonna, because they don't have his ID, they don't have anything, so they need to know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they just want you to identify him.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. And I honestly, I said I don't have a problem with that. You know, I mean, this is not a who stabbed Christian case. This is, you know, we know what happened. Well, we know part of what happened.
I will feel so much better once they just say he's stable.
Yeah.
And I've been asking. I've been asking so
and
much.
that's what we're waiting for. Okay.
I mean, I feel like at the end, I mean, if he's not, that's a lot worse for me. But if he's not, that's just a lot worse for everybody.
Courtney's facade of concern for Toby quickly disintegrates as she states a clearly self-serving fear, which she promptly attempts to cover up with a more broad statement. This gives us even more insight to her true nature.
Of course.
I need as much as I can get, honestly.
So they've asked for an update, and I asked them for an update as well. So they're checking to see what's going on, because they're.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I will do with myself if he's not okay.
No matter what.
I mean, I clearly can't be together.
No matter what happens, no matter where this falls, right? It's out of our control, right? You did what you could. Oh, so you know. So anyway, this
is not polite, is it?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
There's no appropriate etiquette here. But anyway, so this room is recorded, okay? So let's just, I don't want to talk about, I mean, even if it is recording right now, what we talk about is confidential. They can never use it, but I prefer that we just not talk about the case. But just talking about in general. No matter what his condition is, it's out of our control, right? We have no control. What's done is done. We can't undo it. We need to move forward, and my concern is you. Okay? I will be talking, obviously, to your family. Like I said, I still feel, confident that you're going home.
Tonight.
I don't know about tonight, but just because the investigation is ongoing. They can hold you technically for a while. And I know your parents, while they're conducting the investigation, they can hold you, okay? But listen, your dogs are fine. I'm on it. We're going to get you home as quickly as we can, all right? I know, and straightforward with you, there's some concerns about your mental health to make sure that you're okay, because this is very traumatic. So there may be some steps taken there. Yep, come on in, to make sure that you're okay. And that's it. But we're getting you home.
It appears to be clear that the detectives actually did have every intention of sending Courtney home that night. It does not seem as though they suspect her of lying about the tragic incident that took place. This is yet another failing of this police department, who had access to the information about Courtney being the aggressor in previous encounters they had with law enforcement. They had every right to be more wary of her intentions than they gave her credit for.
Okay? Okay. So, have you met the sergeant?
I have.
Okay. Come on in. So this will now be recorded, okay?
Okay.
But if at any moment I feel that they should stop recording, I will tell them that, because obviously I'm here to protect you. Okay?
Thank you.
That's fine.
Okay. Courtney, so it's 10:45 p.m. right now, okay? Let's start off with, so I have a picture. Let me know if this is Christian or not, okay? Yeah, that's Christian. Okay. So we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay.
The detectives finally inform her of Toby's fate. She goes straight for her suprasternal notch again and gripping the table in what does appear to be genuine shock. We witness what could be one of the only times she's behaving authentically. She seems veritably stunned that her actions had actually brought an end to Toby's life.
Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could. And
Christian is dead.
Yes.
Oh my God. This is not real, right? Okay. No, there's no fucking way. Christian died? Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Relax. It's gonna be fine.
No.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths. You're gonna be okay?
I need to hug my mom.
I'll talk to your parents and get them over here.
I cannot be left alone in like a room by myself.
You won't be.
After this. No, that's not true. That's not real, right?
It is real.
Christian is dead.
Yes. They're not gonna lie.
I know, I just can't believe it.
I'll talk to your parents. I'll get them. I'm gonna get your parents here ASAP.
We spoke to your parents, and they're trying to do everything possible to get here as soon as possible as well.
To what?
To get your parents, for them to come over here. So they're doing everything possible right now to find a way to get down here.
Deep breaths. Just take deep breaths.
I've been crying so much.
Don't.
And I just can't even cry right now.
Just take deep breaths. It's a shock. Just relax. Try to relax.
Okay.
We're gonna get you somebody here. Okay.
Holy shit. No.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Courtney, it's gonna be okay.
No, it's not. Oh my God.
We witness Courtney's journey through multiple stages of grief unfolding right before our eyes. Her struggle to accept the unwanted outcome of her actions is evident in her expressions of sadness, disbelief, and pain. The detectives, recognizing her emotional turmoil, approach her with empathy and compassion. They take the time to comfort her, offering reassurance and support as she grapples with the consequences of her choices.
I wanted to be at the hospital. If anything happened to him, I just wanted to be at the hospital. I begged, can I please go to the hospital? I mean, obviously, they put me in custody of my house, but, like, I begged, can I please go to the hospital? Oh, my God, our friends, oh, my God. Mom. Me?
Still want to get.
I'm going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be the same thing. And, yeah. And, okay, that's the last time I ever talked to him. It's the last time anybody ever talks to him. Ever. The last thing he ate was fucking Subway.
Quinn, we can't undo what's already happened, so just this is going to be a process.
What I was saying to that other room, I said, God forbid, when, like, from far away, what if I had accidentally hit a little bit lower and he died? That's what I said. You remember? I said, God forbid.
Given the context and situation, that sentiment seemed quite peculiar and unexpected. The moment seemed to demand a different response, making the choice of those words stand out as particularly bizarre.
Then a few minutes later.
So we can't change what's occurred and get them before. So just step by step. So you'll get through this, all right? And I will. I think the detective spoke to your mom. She's trying to get a flight to get you some support, because we just met an hour ago. We're going to get you some support, okay?
Everything's inside right now. So right now everything's being photographed. We do what's called a feral scan, which is like a video, 3D video of it. So once that's done and we're done photographing, we're able to take anything out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just worried about.
What time are you supposed to take your meds?
Nighttime.
Nighttime? Anytime at nighttime?
Before bed?
So you've been taking it before bed?
Mm-hmm.
You know the name of it, just in case?
It starts with an S.
She just started on it.
It's
Alright, just take a deep breath.
I cannot be in here. I need to be with my family.
We're gonna get it.
Do you know where you keep your medications at?
On top of my sink. It's like a orange bottle with the blue
the bathroom?
cap. The blue cap, yeah.
Sink in the kitchen or bathroom?
In the bathroom.
We'll get this for you as soon as possible. It should be done. Eventually we'll have a photograph of that particular area first, and get it as soon as possible.
I swear I was holding him for so effing long. And the security lady was standing right there, and I was like, why are they taking so...
Emblematic to the type of person she's revealed herself to be through video footage and Freudian slips during this interrogation, Courtney tries to place the blame on anyone but herself. Here, she would rather blame the response time for Toby's death rather than her actions that night. Actions she had threatened, as shown previously. She repeatedly goes through extensive efforts to avoid taking any responsibility.
Being long, and I was sitting there just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. Okay.
Should bring in take some deep breaths. Yes, we need to move forward and deal with
what happens now.
You know.
And I do have another question. Damn, that's not fair for his mom and shooting and see him. And his birthday is in 8 days. Who has been called for him?
Nobody has yet. We're still trying to find his family's information.
Do you have a contact number for them? Maybe it's in your phone?
It might be recorded.
His phone?
You know his password, right?
Definitely, I do know his password, yes.
What's his password? You know, it might be easier for us to get in there.
Password is 0412.
Well, we'll give you guys a minute. Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Let us know if you need anything else. Is there anything we can take you now? I mean, is the water enough? Would you like something else to drink, like a soda instead, or something to eat?
It would be good. Actually, you know what? I think it'll be good for a while.
We'll be right outside, okay?
What I really need is a hit of vape.
The detectives, as they mentioned earlier, did send her home that night when they were finished, confident that this was self-defense and seemingly believing every word that Courtney told them. They did not yet gather the evidence that had been collected previously, which certainly would have changed their decision about letting her leave. Just days after the interrogation, Courtney can be found acting erratically in a hotel lobby.
Now Clenny is finding that her fame has a downside.
Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did.
Badly. Deeply addicted to it, and it's for stress. Okay.
No recording, right? Yeah, they're still recording?
Do you want we can go to the next room so you guys can talk?
Yeah, if you want. Come on.
Absolutely damning revelations continued as it was revealed that Toby had secretly recorded clips that showcased an even darker side to his life with Courtney, filled with screams, physical aggression, and racial slurs. This insight into the true dynamic between the two caused growing suspicions about her.
But you hit me. Shut the up. I need my phone! Don't touch me!
What is going on? Like, what are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
No, Christian.
Like, you're thinking I'm doing it on purpose?
Drop your high pitch.
Okay, I'm not doing it on purpose.
You touched the R. You know damn well the right thing to do is to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me f***ing slap you, dumbass.
No, you're not gonna slap me.
Give me my phone.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore. Find it and f***ing charge it.
What?
Find it and charge it!
I'm sorry, Courtney.
I don't care. Find it and charge it.
Okay, just stop.
Don't talk to me.
Man.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
Because I'm telling you I'm sorry.
It's like hard. Find my f***ing phone and charge it.
I don't know where your phone is.
find it.
Can you help me find it?
I won!
So why?
Find it!
Why are you screaming, man? Not man, but why?
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, little yeah, man, yeah, man. Yeah, it's a little man, huh? Shut the up. I need to find it because I have to go meet her again.
To go out?
No!
You said she invited you.
Christian, just find my goddamn phone.
I don't have your phone. Can you
just find my phone?
Cece, can you just please?
Shut up!
Just please.
Shut up! You went to go fucking talk to her without talking.
I didn't go to go.
Yes, you did. You always want to fucking you asshole.
Courtney, I was on.
He literally told me about it. Now he's like, damn.
What are you
You
talking?
are such.
I didn't go to talk to Aro. I was going on a bike ride. Wait, what the?
Get off of me!
Me going to talk to Aro? Is this gonna make you act like this?
You literally talked to her without telling me!
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said hi. You and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a
You're
Yes! Yes, thank you. Coming from Courtney, thank you.
I want you to get away from me! Get away from me!
The conclusion is clear. A deliberate act had ended Toby's life. Now, the trial looms ahead, where Courtney, standing alone as the accused, awaits her day in court. The scales of justice, burdened by the weight of irrefutable evidence, are poised to deliver a verdict that will forever shape Courtney's fate, leaving an indelible mark on the course of justice.
He was a friend to everyone. Very caring, funny, very bright. He had big dreams.
Devastation doesn't quite describe what my family's experiencing right now. Yesterday, we finally told our 93-year-old grandmother that her grandson, who was expected to come home to Texas to visit for his 28th birthday, will no longer or ever be returning home.
I do believe she is the killer, and she does need to be arrested.